The 19 Kids and Counting star Jinger Duggar has talked about growing up in a large family of 18 and the outrageous food expenses her parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, had to pay. In a scene from their first TLC program, 16 Children and Moving In, Jeremy, Vuolo, and Jinger discuss the difficulties of raising a big family. The outrageous grocery cost for Jinger's family, which came to $677 for 7 carts, included 24 cans of milk, a case of butter, and numerous frozen burritos. Jinger demonstrates how much food her family devoured despite having a large brood by stating that grocery shopping was normal for them despite the evidently massive burden. There was ample space on the Duggar family's 97-acre estate in Arkansas for their expanding brood and their food supplies. Josh, Anna Duggar's husband, is embroiled in legal issues, but Jim Bob bought her a $1 million property in Fayetteville as a significant real estate investment. Jinger and Jeremy chose a smaller home when they moved from their Los Angeles home to Newhall, California. One of the members of the well-known Duggar family, Jinger Duggar, recently made news when she revealed how much it cost to feed her family at home. The Duggars have long been a source of both praise and criticism due to their huge brood, conservative beliefs, and public persona on programs like 19 Kids and Counting On. Now that she has established her own career outside of reality TV, Jinger is talking candidly about the more pragmatic aspects of family life, including the cost of providing for a home. Jinger recently gave a glimpse into what it takes to provide for her family of 4 by sharing insightful information on how her family handles meal planning and budgeting. The realities of shopping costs and meal preparation still demands careful thought and consideration, even if Jinger's family life, which consists of her husband Jeremy Vuolo and their 2 young daughters, is very different from the large household she grew up in. The life of Jinger Duggar's family today. Since her time on TV, Jinger Duggar's life has changed significantly. Away from the close-knit, family-focused environment of the Duggar household in Arkansas, Jinger and her family now reside in Los Angeles, where she is married to former soccer player Jeremy Vuolo. Felicity and Evangeline are the couple's 2 daughters, and they have adopted a more contemporary, self-sufficient lifestyle since getting married in 2016. In order to concentrate on their own family and personal pursuits, they have chosen to disassociate themselves from some of the more conventional and well-known aspects of the Duggar family dynamic. Jinger and Jeremy have been outspoken about their lifestyle, faith, and parenting style. An important step in forging their own route away from the Duggars' more strict and well-publicized lifestyle was their relocation to California. Jinger's desire to have a more realistic and grounded experience with her family is demonstrated by her candor regarding the practicalities of family life, such as setting aside money for meals and other bills. The price of providing for a family. Feeding the family is one of the most relatable aspects of each household. Grocery shopping is one of the most reliable and significant monthly expenses, as any parent is aware. Now that she is the mother of a small family of 4, Jinger Duggar must balance cost, convenience, and nutrition when it comes to feeding her family. Jinger disclosed in a recent interview that it takes a lot of preparation and organization to feed her family at home. Jinger's initial revelation concerned her family's typical weekly grocery expenditure. She mentioned that she spends a significant amount on groceries every week, even if the price changes based on their meal plans and the seasonal products. After housing and transportation, grocery bills can rank among the biggest expenses for many families. Jinger's home is hardly an exception to the reality of rising food prices in recent years. Even though Jinger loves cooking at home, she acknowledged that it is a big financial commitment. She did, however, note that cooking at home instead of dining out ultimately results in significant cost savings. Although eating out and fast food may seem like quick and simple options, the cost of dining out for a family of 4 may soon mount up. Jinger has been able to reduce wasteful spending by cooking at home, and she advises families to follow suit whenever feasible. Budgeting and meal planning. Jinger stressed the value of meal preparation in order to control their grocery expenses. She creates a weekly food plan, like many families do, to make sure she only buys what she needs and to cut down on waste. Jinger can ensure that her family eats a range of wholesome meals without going over budget on foods that might not be used by organizing ahead of time. Jinger mentioned purchasing in bulk as a crucial tactic. Buying products in bulk, such as cereals, pasta, and even fresh vegetables, can be an economical method for families with several mouths to feed to save money over time. Jinger clarified that although purchasing in bulk may seem expensive upfront, the long-term savings make it worthwhile. Purchasing in bulk guarantees that they have necessary pantry basics on hand for meal preparation and helps prevent food wastage. Jinger also talked about how food preparation has become a crucial aspect of their daily schedule. Having meals ready to go is a significant time saver for parents who are balancing work and home duties with 2 young children. Even on the busiest days, Jinger can make sure her family always enjoys a healthy supper by preparing meals in advance. In addition to saving time, this technique enables her to choose healthier products for her family and improve portion management. The effects of food prices. Fans have long been interested in the Duggar family's lifestyle and how they handle their huge household, both financially and logistically. Jinger's remarks regarding food pricing provide insight into how even the most frugal families have been impacted by inflation and growing grocery prices. Jinger claims that the cost of feeding her family is increased because food prices in Los Angeles are much greater than in the rural areas where she was raised. As the cost of meat, dairy, and fresh vegetables continues to rise, it is not surprising that Jinger has had to change the way she shops. She discussed her attempts to prioritize healthier options without going over budget, including buying in-season food and making more informed meat decisions. Jinger has found that juggling the need to serve fresh, healthful meals with the fact that food costs have increased has been one of the most difficult parts of meal planning. Shopping at local farmers markets, where she can frequently get fresh produce at a lower cost than major grocery stores, is one of her techniques, she disclosed. Jinger has benefited by supporting local companies since it boosts the local economy in addition to saving money. Particular things to take into account when feeding 2 young children. Meal planning can become much more difficult when 2 young children are being fed, particularly if they have dietary needs or preferences. Jinger clarified that, similar to many kids, Felicity and Evangeline have personal eating preferences. In order to satisfy their tastes and include a range of nutrients in their meals, Jinger must be inventive. Making nutritious and kid-friendly meals is one of her main strategies, she revealed. She frequently incorporates veggies, for instance, into homemade soups, spaghetti sauces, and smoothies. This eliminates conflict at the dinner table and enables her to ensure that her daughters are receiving the vitamins and minerals they require. Jinger also discussed the significance of instilling in her kids a nutritious diet at an early age. She wants to foster a lifelong appreciation of delicious cuisine in her girls by letting them help prepare meals and making the process enjoyable. Despite the difficulties involved in feeding her family, it is evident that Jinger takes her responsibilities as a mother very seriously and is dedicated to giving them the best. Conclusion: a look inside a contemporary Duggar family. The practical aspect of Jinger Duggar's life today is revealed through her open talk of the expenses of providing for her family and how she handles her home budget. Although the Duggar family's size and conservative beliefs have frequently influenced their public image, Jinger's openness about meal planning, budgeting, and negotiating food costs shows a more realistic and approachable view of contemporary family life. Many parents might benefit from Jinger's views regarding the difficulties of providing for a family in a constantly shifting financial environment. Families around the world deal with the cost of food, the necessity of planning, and the need to put nutrition first. Her method of meal planning, budgeting, and choosing foods carefully highlights how important it is to consider both money and health.